Well, we are back again now for a beautiful snapper with the papaya and bourbon beurre blanc. Very simple, wait until you see. First things first, immediately I must start with my fish. Let me get my tongue. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to saute my fillet of snapper. Beautiful red snapper that I'm using. I'm going to put a little oil in there so that I won't burn my butter. And I'm going to dredge my beautiful piece of snapper in a mix of cornmeal and flour. Very, very simple. Wait until you see how easy it is to do. What I'm doing here is a mixture of half flour and half cornmeal. What I did is a half a cup of flour and a half a cup of cornmeal. Very simple. This will give my fish a beautiful crust on the outside that not only will sear all the moisture on the inside, but it will give it a nice nutty flavor. Now, I'm going to turn it on the other side, and it's going to go in the oven for 4-5 minutes. I'm going to put that immediately in the oven. Let me set it up right here. Let me make sure it is 5 minutes, and I'm going to start immediately, let it cook automatically. Very, very simple. While that's cooking, let me start my beurre blanc. Another wonderful and very, very simple thing to do. A little bit of butter in my pan, very little, and I am going to sweat my shallots. You know, I say it all the time, I'm putting 1 tablespoon of shallots. I say it all the time, but I'm going to say until I know every one of you out there understand, and you must sweat the shallots when you cook with them. Sweating them means sweating the juice out of it. Just for a minute. Then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. And I mean white wine vinegar now. I don't mean that white vinegar that's only good for the floor. Now I'm sweating it. I'm reducing the vinegar a little bit. From 2 tablespoons, I'm reducing it down to 1 tablespoon. You can kind of see it. It's about 1 tablespoon. And I'm adding a half a cup of Chardonnay. Well, while all that is cooking, I am going to start with my papaya. Very simple. In my mixer, I am putting a whole papaya, about that size. That's an Hawaiian papaya. And I'm going to put my papaya that I have chopped up in my blender with 3 tablespoons of bourbon. Oh. Now, I love bourbon. You can put regular whiskey. You can put brandy. You can put whatever you like. It's okay with me. Now, while all that is grinding over here, my wine is now reducing for my beurre blanc. You know what I'm going to do? While all that is doing, I'm going to go in my oven to check my fish to make sure it's cooking the right way. Make sure, oh yes, I'm going to get my spatula. Excuse me for a minute. I'm sorry, Richard, I'm moving too fast over here. And I'm going to put it right over here on the other side. Now, Richard, did I tell them the temperature on the fish?
No, you didn't.
I did. I forget all the time. Richard is here to keep me online. That's 375 degrees for 4, 5, 6 minutes. It all depends how thick the fish is. Okay, let me turn that off for a minute. This is my wine, my vinegar, and my shallots that I've reduced. I am putting them, and I'm going to ground them again a little bit. Now, from there, I'm going into a new pan, and I am going to strain this beautiful beurre blanc right into a strainer. Very, very simple, you see? Because as much as I love the texture of a papaya when I eat it, when I make a sauce with it, I really want it to be nice and smooth. And that's what I'm doing right now. You see, I am straining it to make sure it's nice and smooth. Very, very simple to make. Look, okay? Now, for those of you that are on a diet right now, you could just use that papaya sauce right now. For those of you that are not on a diet, follow me here for a second. A little bit of heavy cream, just 1/4 cup of heavy cream. You don't have to add it all if you don't want it. But I tell you what, for an extra smooth flavor and richness, a little white pepper, a little salt, and now for those of you that are not on a diet, you can watch. For those of you that are on a diet, please close your eyes for a minute. Just 2 tablespoons of butter. Wonderful. Oh, the richness of that sauce. Now, you don't have to put that at all. You really don't have to. You don't need it. The sauce will be, oh, mamma mia. If you could smell the flavor that I get from the bourbon, the rich, beautiful fruit of the papaya, and the vinegar that I reduced enough to balance the sweetness and the acidity. Oh, it's wonderful. Now, let me prepare my plate. Very simple. I'm going to prepare my beautiful papaya plate. Wait until you see how simple it is. I'm putting a little papaya beurre blanc. Ooh, look how beautiful it is. Look at that sauce. This is really, you can prepare it in advance and keep it warm. But be careful with beurre blanc. The minute you put the butter in it, you cannot reheat it anymore. Now, I have decorated the plate with little papaya balls. You know what it is? You cut the papaya in half. You use this little melon cutter. It's a melon cutter. It's a little one. And you put the little balls like that. You see how simple it is? And you take them and you put them all the way around the plate. Remember, it's very early. Macaroni, I lost one. I don't want to do, here you go. Remember now, it's very, very important to make the plate look beautiful. Oh, you got to make it look good. Now, you see this one over here? It's got a little beurre blanc. Holy macaroni, I'm really messing it up here. Let me take that out. Holy mamma mia. Let me just clean up my plate really good. Because you know what? I like the plate to look nice and clean. I don't like it when it looks messy. Here it is. It's like a picture frame. Very nice. Let me go get my fish. It only takes a couple of minutes for that fish to cook to make sure I have all the tools right here. How are we doing with the fish? Yes, 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 yes. Let me make sure I get the right timing here. Make sure the fish is fine. Yes, it's beautiful. Matter of fact, I tell you what, it's ready. See, the timer, 2 seconds. Yee! How you like that for timing? Holy macaroni. Shh. Okay, perfect timing today. I'm going right here with my snapper. I'm going to put that right in the middle of the plate. Oh, look how beautiful it is. Now, you know what I've done also? I have cut some little strips of chives. And you can do the same thing too. Very simple. Remember now, we must pay attention to how beautiful the food looks. It's so very, very important. And you know what? We are so lucky in Florida because we have so many fruit. And I have cut some carambola. I don't know if you've ever seen them before. You know, it's also called a star fruit. Let me put it all the way around it. They're a little acidy, but they have a nice flavor also. And look at that. I'm putting all that around the plate. And look how pretty it is to do. Remember, the outside of the plate is like the picture frame. Then you are decorating, and the inside is the masterpiece. And here it is, so very simple and so much flavor and easy to prepare. You can have it already in advance. Enjoy the beautiful snapper.
Red snapper with a papaya beurre blanc. For the red snapper, we'll need 4 snapper fillets, 8 ounces each, 1 teaspoon of butter, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1/4 cup of cornmeal, and 1/4 cup of flour. The papaya beurre blanc has 4 ounces of butter, 1 tablespoon of shallots, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, 1/2 cup of Chardonnay, 1 papaya about 8 to 12 ounces, 3 tablespoons of bourbon, 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, salt and white pepper to taste.